everyone, I hope you're super excited for part 2 of the tale of the Jackal and the Lion. So let's get to it. One day, soon after the September rains that made the earth on the plains soft and easy to creep on, Jackal and Lion tracked and killed a quaggy. Quaggy was a kind of zebra that was especially delicious near the hind legs where it had no stripes. Lion was happy, Lion was ecstatic, Lion was joyful, and Lion was enthralled. Lion was as jumpy as a grasshopper on a hot stone. He lunged at birds here and there, rearing on his hind legs and roaring. He rolled in clumps of ticklish dwarf grass. Because of the rain, he found a pond in which he could almost completely cover himself with sun-warmed water. Lion shook his mane and tried to catch water droplets on his tongue. Jackal, carrying the quaggy alone, stood and waited while his friend played. He glared at Lion until Lion stopped for a moment. "Oh, Jackal, my friend, you know the way home. You go on ahead. Give the meat to my wife and I'll join you later." "Fine," said Jackal, annoyed to see his friend already playing back in the water. He set off, pulling the quaggy behind him. As soon as Jackal was a safe distance from Lion, he changed directions and went to the lair where they usually split their hunt. He carved the quaggy carefully, putting the fat and flesh in one skin bag and entrails and bones in another. He threw one heavy skin bag over his shoulder and set out for Lion's homestead. At the gate, he greeted Lion's wife and left the skin bag with her. "Won't you be eating with us tonight?" she asked. "Not tonight, Mrs. Lion, but I'll come tomorrow if Lion is here." And with that, Jackal was gone. He went back for the other skin bag and went to the mountains where, because of its many caves, the Jackal stayed during the times of rain. As Jackal emerged from the narrow hole that opened on to the trail up to the mountains, a few jackal cubs spotted him and ran to inform the elders. By the time Jackal got to the settlement, there was quite a crowd waiting for him, with his frail mother and his older brother right in front. There was howling, there was hooting, there was catcalling, there was whistling, there was booing. But they did not shoo him away. The jackals were hungry, and they had noticed that Jackal was carrying something heavy behind him. "We hope you have not brought us more entrails with you, because if you have, you can turn right around to go back to your friend Lion." Jackal smiled. He put down the skin bag and reached for the juiciest piece of quaggy hind leg. Then he removed it, sprang to his mother and gave it to her. Your favourite mother, not just zebra, but quaggy zebra. There was cheering, there was clapping, there was backslapping, there was laughing, there was dancing, and finally there was eating. The jackals just about finished eating when they heard a thunderous roar from the foot of the mountain. The young cubs cowered and slunk into the caves and spaces beneath rocks. But Jackal wasn't scared at all. He knew that Lion, after all his years of eating fat and flesh, could not fit through the hole that led to the trail up the mountain. "Garraby!" Lion roared from below. Garraby was Jackal's school name, and only his teachers had ever used it. It was a sign that Lion was furious. Jackal smiled and leaned over the edge of the mountain. "Ah, Lion, my dear friend, advisor, my mentor even." "Don't call me advisor, don't call me mentor," said Lion. "You gave my family entrails to eat and you dare call me mentor?" "Entrails?" yelled Jackal, feigning shock. "It's not possible." "I said you gave my family entrails," roared Lion. "It's not possible," insisted Jackal. "The quaggy was heavy, so I got my brother to help me carry it here. But I cut it up myself. I put all the fat and flesh in one skin bag for you and all the entrails and bones in another skin bag for me. When I finished, I just turned away for a minute to clean my coat, and then I asked my brother to pass the skin bag. I took the bag directly to Mrs. Lion myself. You gave my family entrails, Lion repeated. Jackal looked at Lion over the ledge and scratched his ear. Lion, old friend, forgive me. I think I realise what's happened. My brother gave me the wrong skin bag. Lion growled, but that will not feed my family. Where is the flesh? He's very sorry, Lion. I'm just going to tell him off severely right now. Jackal moved from the edge of the mountain and pretended to shout at his brother for being so foolish. Jackal returned to the ledge and said, He's seriously sorry, Lion. It won't happen again. But even so, I only had entrails for dinner. Well, old friend, there's still some flesh and fat up here. Not enough for all of your family, but why don't you come up here and eat your fill? I won't tell them. You know I won't fit through the passage to come up, Lion growled. Don't worry, I'll throw you a rope. My Jackal community will help you up. And so Jackal wove a nice strong rope with vines and threw it down to Lion. Lion tied it round his narrow waist and Jackal pulled him upwards. But just as Lion got to the ledge, Jackal signalled for them to let go and Lion fell with a thud. Bam! Just like when he landed on prey. Ah! Lion roared. So sorry, my friend. My stupid brother let go of the rope. I'm sore, groaned Lion. Really, said Jackal. Let me deal with my brother again. This time I'll beat him up for his carelessness. Jackal left the ledge and pretended to beat his brother by hitting the empty skin bag with a stick. The Jackal's brother screamed so loud that even Lion cried out for Jackal to stop. It's enough, he said. Can you pull me up to eat? More carefully this time. Okay, said Jackal, winking at his friends. So the Jackal took hold of the rope again and heaved the Lion up. This time they pulled him up quite far, enough for his whiskers to touch the top. He was suddenly face to face with his friend Jackal, close enough to whisper to him. Lion smelled the delicious quaggy flesh and smiled. But just as he lifted his claw to grip the edge of the mountain, the Jackal let go of the rope. Jackal pretended he was trying to catch a rope as Lion fell. Then he ran back to help his brother beat the skin bag again. Lion heard the screaming from the foot of the mountain where he had fallen flat on his back. Stop it, he groaned. Jackal rushed to look down on him. What did you say, my friend? I said stop it. It's not his fault. You jackals are too weak to lift a lion. Lion rolled onto his front and stood tall, shaking the dust off his coat in spite of the severe aches and pain from his 2 falls. Say, old friend, he said, that quaggy flesh smells wonderful. It is, Lion. I'm surprised we jackals have preferred entrails for such a long time. Lion laughed. Garaby, you are teasing me. I explained to you. It is for the jobs we do. For example, if I do not have flesh and fat, I may not be as strong when we hunt tomorrow, then we'll both starve. Oh, Lion, jackals never starve. We've been around for thousands of years, but I understand that you need some flesh and fat tonight. Why don't I throw some down to you? You would do that for me, Jackal? Of course, old friend, of course. Why don't you open your mouth and let me throw the pieces in? Lion settled on his hindquarters and lifted his magnificent head to the sky and opened his jaws to their fullest width. Up on the mountain, Jackal and his family collected rocks, wrapped them in quaggy skin and rubbed them with leftover fat. When they had 9 pieces, they stacked them on the edge of the mountain. Are you ready, Lion? Jackal shouted. Yes, roared Lion impatiently. Can't you see? Okay. I have 10 pieces for you. Here comes the first. Jackal threw the first rock directly into Lion's throat, near the back of his tongue, where Lion would taste the sweet fat first. Lion didn't even try to chew. He just swallowed the rock, delighted to feel its weight settle into his belly. Do you want the next one? Shouted Jackal cheerily. Yes, growled Lion. Make it quick. Jackal threw the second rock down, then the third. Lion paused to lick his lips. "This quaggie's quite heavy, Jackal," he said. "Yes, Lion, this quaggie is very special. I have 6 pieces left. Should I pack them for you to take to your wife and 6 cubs?" asked Jackal, to see if Lion would want to share with his own family. "No, I'm not full yet. Throw down the next piece." Lion opened his jaws again. Jackal tossed the next piece into Lion's throat, and then another, and then another. After the 6th piece, Lion couldn't stomach any more. He felt the weight of his belly becoming hard for him to support. Still, he wanted to finish the meat, so he asked Jackal to wait for a moment so he could settle his stomach. Lion would have stayed at the foot of the mountain all night if that's what it took, but Jackal did not want his old friend to be so close when he realized he had been tricked. He would be able to call the attention of other lions to the Jackal's hiding place. "Lion," Jackal said, "why don't you go home and sleep it off? I'll keep the rest for you to come and finish tomorrow." Lion lifted his head. "That's a great idea, my friend. I'll see you tomorrow for the hunt." Well, I can tell you, Lion didn't turn up for the hunt the next day. See, while a lion has very wide jaws, its bum is no bigger than a goat's, and those rocks had to come out somewhere. In the middle of the night, Lion was heard all across the kingdom wailing in pain as those rocks taught him a lesson about greed and the importance of sharing. Soon the other animals came back to the kingdom in greater numbers, and the giraffes returned to the large trees where they had once gathered. Lion must have told his cubs what happened before he died, because when you see a lion feeding these days, they always test the meat with their claws first, and they always let it fall to the ground first. And jackals watch their backs. They're careful to stay behind lions, just in case some young lion decides to pay them back for greedy lion's rock supper. I hope you enjoyed that, and I look forward to seeing you next time for another tale. Bye-bye. See you soon.